Hey guys, uh, I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and it's about my dear late friend Josy, and it's now about 2 months that she's been gone, and well, I even tried making this video last night, and I couldn't. I let pessimism get to me, and I felt like I lost it, but I remember me and her talked about being optimistic, and that pessimism only drives you into the ground. And so let's try optimism. She was my coworker. She was my friend, my good friend. My sister, younger sister I never had. And she was killed in a hit and run car wreck. And she didn't deserve that. I mean, no one does. But it's what happened, and we have to live with it. Things like this happen in life, and it's like, what the hell? But what can you do? What can you do? We're all still here, and life goes on, but you can't ever forget the people that you loved, people you lost. And eventually people will try to tell you, well, it's time to move on. Enough grieving, this and that. That's all bullshit. Because you're not supposed to forget. And you shouldn't. And to me, Josy was a lifesaver. She, as cheesy and cliche as it may sound to you guys, I give her the credit for saving my life early this year, because on top of all the crazy things that are happening just in our time with corrupt government and whatever, a couple bad things happened, and that put me in the darkest place, the darkest depression I ever been through. And for weeks, the only reason I would get up in the mornings, the only thing that motivated me was, I get to see Josy today. She's going to be at work. Or I just got to get through this day of work, and she'll be here tomorrow. And so I can make it through this day. Because Josy's fun, and she knows how to make light of things, and a great friend. And I really don't know if I would be here right now without her, if she hadn't been a part of my life in the end of last year and beginning of this year. I really don't know. She was very understanding, because she also really did struggle with depression and things like that. And I mean, she had reasons to. Sometimes you don't know why you do, but she brought me out of mine, and I can't ever forget that. And now she's gone, and it's been difficult. It's been difficult, and I'm just grateful to have known her. She started working early last year, 2020, and for like the first 10 or 11 months, I did not like her at all. I thought she was a annoying little rude girl. And I was a nurse, she was an assistant, and she got on my nerves. But you know, later on, I really grew to love her. Like, my favorite person ever. Because she knew how to bust your chops. She had a way of sarcasm and a unique sense of humor. She knew how to get under your skin, and she took me out of my funk, like loosened me up, and she made me laugh again. You know, after my dark times, and um, you know, like I said, at first I thought she was just this little girl out of high school. You know, she don't need to be working here. You know, but um, really, we first started. I drove a Genesis sedan, and she came to me about car advice because she saw, you know, I had an exhaust and things like that. She really liked cars, and first she wanted to get a BRZ. Then I kind of convinced her to get a Genesis Coupe, and she did. And that's her on the shirt there. I'll talk about that later. And after that, I was like, whoa, hold up. This is a girl that likes cars and modifying cars. Okay, there's something to this. And she started college. She wanted to become a pharmaceutical rep. Big reason for that was she had type 1 diabetes. And that's rough. I mean, there were multiple times she came to work and was like, hey, I almost died yesterday. I was like, okay. um, you know, she was tough. She flirted with death a lot because her sugar would get too low or something. And, you know, but man, she was awesome. She was, I miss her every day. And yeah, she was my coworker and my friend. And every day I go to work now, and it's like my brain still plays tricks on me, you know. I walk around the corner, and for a split second, I expect to see her there. And it's like, well, no, she's gone. And this happens all the time. I'm just sitting at work in my nurse station where she always used to hang out with me. And I'll remember a moment, and I'll start laughing. And people look at me like I'm nuts because I'm just sitting there by myself laughing. I'm remembering her. I'm remembering something she did or said, and we had a lot of fun at work. She tricked me into doing a bunch of embarrassing TikToks. She would leave videos on my phone of just funny things. And she introduced me to Borat. I think that was her favorite movie. And she would FaceTime her friends at work and introduce me to like all of them. And that was always fun. It's like she would go, hey, look, it's Max. He's weird. Or, oh, this is some weird guy I just work with. You know, there he is. And I'm just like, hey. But she talked about her family a lot. I don't know if you guys are ever going to see this, but she talked about her mom a lot. Her mom, Virginia. And I don't know a lot of people that talk about how cool their mom is, and she did. And her daughter, not her daughter, her younger sister, Audrey, I met her once or twice on FaceTime too, just at work. And Josy always said that I reminded her of her dad. And she was like, Audrey, look, it's Dad. And yeah, but she made fun of me, but in good ways. It was in yeah, and she um, there wasn't an hour that ever went by that she didn't talk about her boyfriend Ryan, and she loved him, and I know they would have gotten married, and you know just I remember all that, and she was such a loving person, and she was able to be friends with anyone. I mean, she was a diehard Trump supporter. She had a Trump flag in her room, but she had her run-ins with the liberals at work along with me, and that was always fun. But we all still get along, and that's great. She talked about she talked about her dad a lot. Good things and bad things, as you would expect from a teenage girl. And I remember I was trying to get her to watch Joe Rogan, and she was like, no, my dad watches that. You're weird. Like, I was like, okay, it's Joe Rogan, One of the biggest things I miss about her is her laugh. Her laugh was cute. It was contagious. I have a little clip. I can play a little clip of her laugh. This one time, we got new uniforms at work, and mine had this deep V-neck. She wouldn't stop making fun of it. Yeah, God, I just miss her. And the main thing I'll never forget about her is that she truly did, as much as I can remember, she saved my life. She saved me from my own dark depression that would have led to something horrible, to me not being here. Just being honest, And even though she's gone, it's like I'm not depressed. Sometimes it wants to come back, and because like now I feel obligated. Like now I have to live so that I can see her again. I have to get through this life, even though life sucks. Even though life really sucks. And for whatever reason, it's our burden to bear. And that's my hope. It's my hope. And I know I'm not as religious or as faithful as I used to be, but my mentor, Jordan Peterson, I do what he says, and he says, even if you can't believe, live as if God exists. Live as if there is a heaven, because the alternative is scary. And when someone dies, you naturally start thinking about God and death, whether heaven exists. And I can't tell you for sure whether any of those things are true, but that's my hope. That's my hope. And I know that human beings have a spirit. Every human being has a unique spirit. That's what gives you your life. Because one second someone is here, and they're this beautiful, unique person with their own personality and character, and then And then the next second they're gone, and it's like, where are they? Where did that energy go? Where, like, I don't know. But just kind of makes logical sense that it's went somewhere. And I know Josy had her faith. And she at least did live as if God did exist. And let me talk about this shirt that we made at work. One of our coworkers drew that, and it's a beautiful little silhouette of Josy, and that's the quote. And I got to choose the quote that we picked, and it says, "You and I will meet again when we're least expecting it. One day in some far-off place, I will recognize your face. I won't say goodbye, my friend, for you and I will meet again." And I often imagine that whenever my day comes, after I'm through with this this hellish lie that we call life, that I'll get to whatever heaven is, and I'll see Josy. That's the first person I want to see. Because I've had people die in my life before, and all of them were either from a car accident, motorcycle accident, boating accident. But none of them impacted my life like Josy did. And I can't wait to see her. I wish she was still here. She was so ambitious and wonderful, and she inspired me completely. She completely changed my life. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful to the people that made her who she was. I'm thankful to her parents, that you raised a hell of a daughter. and yeah, I don't know if there's much more to say, but life goes on. We got to kick it in the ass and make the best of it. Life is temporary for all of us. And I miss my friend Josy. I miss her. I won't be the same without her. Yeah. Anyway, I love everyone, and I wish you all the best.